watch Nach TV. I'ma knock you the fuck out.
We the last ones left. Put the nation on my back. Black boots on my feet. Young nigga on the warpath. Can't never be beaten. And you know it's one west till death. It's wartime, say less. I'll never ever stress. Got soldiers to my right, got soldiers to my left. All black, lights out. You ain't fucking with my team. Whole crew full of renegades. We the realest on the scene. We the realest in your state. Niggas doubt we just wait. Clean the house, get a rape. We don't ask, we just take.
Ahbaraham.
Yeah, pay attention when this lion roars.
Shalom, y'all.
With no remorse. We just taking your life. When you step, better step right. It's a fight for your life, not a coward in sight. Better recognize who the realest is, who the realest is.
School, universal practical knowledge.
On your
Nach
airways,
TV.
better come right,
You know what I'm saying? Kicking it with Officer Nach.
Yeah,
saying powerful priest and prophet of the Lord.
Yeah.
Alright, man, so first things first, like, you take us back to Ahbaraham back in like middle school, high school, back in the days, man.
Man, Officer Ahbaraham in middle school and high school was a Christian ass nigga that needed to die, needed to be crucified, needed to be, you know, purged off this earth because he was a cankerous, you know what I'm saying, virus that you know what I'm saying, that moved throughout this earth, you know what I'm saying, pushing all the love for everybody in Christianity that he could possibly push, not knowing, you know what I'm saying, that deep inside of him was a priest and prophet of the Lord. And if I would have known, you know what I'm saying, back then, you know, the
what you know today.
Yeah, what I know today, you know what I'm saying, what the Most High had in store for me, man, I would have jumped into this thing 10 toes down, you know what I'm saying, from a babe, you know what I'm saying, and not have to go through all the humiliation and feminization of Christianity before I was snatched out of that, you know, wicked, you know what I'm saying, religion, you know what I'm saying.
Okay, so you was raised up in the church, I'm guessing.
Man, I was raised in the church from day one. I think my mother told me like the first birthday I had was like was, you know, inside the church, you know what I'm saying. So like the term raised in the church is it wouldn't even equivocate to how much, you know, Christianity was pumped into me from just a little child.
You won't even cut the cheese.
Nah, hell no.
All right, so if you could take us into that walk of Christian life, like what's now that you an officer, 10 toes down in the truth, you know what I'm saying, 10 toes in the cement, you know what I'm saying. Now you Officer Ahbaraham is what you know, what we know you as today. Can you take us from that walk through the Christian church? Like what kind of wickedness did you see in there?
Man, I saw all kind of wickedness. I mean, what wickedness did I not see? That's I guess that should be the question.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It would take, you know, 3 or 4 interviews to go through all the wickedness that happens in the Christian church, from sleeping with women's wives to sleeping with women's children, you know, fathers' children, to, you know, indoctrinating kids to be, you know, overly sexed from a young age, you know what I'm saying? Because that whole, you know, psychology of not having sex till you're married in the Christian church, it just makes you want to do the thing that you're told not to do.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? The things that reverse psychology. The things that you told not to do in the Christian church, that's what you actually end up doing. And you don't end up doing it outside the Christian church. You end up doing it right there in that building.
Wow,
man. You know what I'm saying?
Heavy,
A lot of brothers and sisters have been molested right inside those bathrooms, right inside those back rooms in the Christian church, man. You know what I'm saying? This did not be vulgar and explicit, but
no, this is not TV, man. Give it to me,
man, shit. The first piece of meat I felt on was in the Christian church. You know what I'm saying? The first, warmth of a woman's in between her legs I felt in the Christian church, man. The Christian church is an evil, wicked place, and I was this far from becoming a effeminate Negro, effeminate homosexual, man. Because some brothers they they're molested in the Christian church, and that's what I was, man. You know what I'm saying? To think about it now, being 9 years old and having a 20-year-old put my hands between her legs, that's molested, man. That's being molested. So like, coming from that, some brothers never recuperate from that, and they hate women for it, and they become homosexual after that, man. You know what I'm saying? So like, what did I not experience in the Christian church? Child molestation, you know what I'm saying? Weed smoking, getting high, children being molested in front of you, things happening to you that cause you to be a destroyed individual, man. That's why the most destroyed people come from the Christian church, man. You know what I'm saying?
Now, you spoke on the feminization of the black man. Can you break that down? Like, how would the Christian church effeminize black men?
Man, the Christian church effeminizes black men because the first thing they do to a young black man coming up is put a goddamn tambourine in his hand. You understand? Make him shuck and jive and dance and do all that praise dancing and all that, all that miming and shit they do in the Christian church, man. That's to make a brother be gay, man. That's to make a brother want to capitulate to being a woman. You know what I'm saying? And once that happens, and if you start on that slope down to wanting to be a woman, ain't no stopping that, man. Ain't no stopping it. And then before you know it, you're welcoming the touches of another man. Those 5 boys that was molested by Eddie Long. You understand? They was systematically lured into that, man, in the Christian church. And the Christian church is so evil. It's so evil and wicked. That's why every chance I get in every class, I bang on Christian pastors because they are the ones that perpetuate this type of lifestyle, and then hide behind the fact that they don't perpetuate that type of lifestyle. You understand?
That's hypocrisy.
Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's hypocrisy on such a heightened level that it's ridiculous, man. You know what I'm saying? And it happens right in front of our mothers, right in front of our aunties, right in front of our fathers, right in front of your older brothers and sisters, and it's not corralled, it's not controlled, it's unbridled, man. You know what I'm saying? You can do anything in the Christian church, man. And coming up in that type of environment and seeing all the wicked things that happen in the Christian church, it numbs you to the molestation that you see out in the world. Like all the children that come to your school when you go to school the next day, and there be a kid in the back crying for no reason, it numbs you to that. It numbs you to a child coming to school, and you see your classmates coming to school and they talking about their daddy beat them, or they have burn marks on them. It numbs you to all of that, man, because you're the same thing that they're going through at home, you're going through in the Christian church.
That's heavy. So,
you understand?
So in theory, what you're saying is the house that we think is the house of God is literally the house of Satan.
The house that we are hypnotized into thinking that's the house of God is the house of Satan. It's almost like covering a jalopy with the painting of a Lamborghini, with a covering that's like a Lamborghini or some high priced car, but really when you pull the cover back, it's a broken down jalopy, and it don't run, it don't start.
But jalopy, we call that a lemon.
Yeah.
That's called a lemon, right?
Yeah, a lemon. You know what I'm saying? A old broken down vehicle that doesn't run, doesn't crank. But if you get a cover that's painted like a Buick or a nicer car, you put it over top of it, and then you present it to people and never crank it, never drive it, people never see how it runs, and you say, "Ooh, look at that nice car right there." But really, underneath of it, once they buy it and get it home, and they start to want to open the door or peel it off, oh man, it's a that's to explain Christianity. That's what it is. People run into that Christian church because they broken and they need counsel. They need understanding of what they're going through, and they need fixing. and they go into that Christian church thinking that they're gonna be fixed, and they get led into more destruction, into more sin, more whatever's destroying them. They get led into more of it by the Christian church.
That's heavy. So how'd you find your way into the UPK? Like, how'd you find your way amongst the priests and prophets of the Most High in the UPK?
Well, like many brothers have, stories of, they was selling drugs and doing all kind of things like that. I don't have a story like that.
Yeah, your story is your story. Though.
Yeah, my story.
We here on Nach TV because we want to get Ahbaraham's story.
Most High in Christ, the water. So my story goes like this, man. I had a brother, right? My brother, we from the same mother. You know what I'm saying? We grew up together. And my oldest brother, he became, he went to the business world. He became real successful in the business world. My brother up under him was a dope dealer. He was a dope dealer. He was a gang member. He was a gang banger. And the brother up under him was a Navy man. He went to the military. Me, you know what I'm saying? I went to school, became, got a slavery, and I always didn't understand why one of my brothers was a dope dealer. You know what I'm saying? Was a gangbanger. You know what I'm saying? And he lived a tumultuous life. Well, he died in 2008, right? He died in 2008. He was killed on his job, trying to, make a living for himself to gain back his kids, and after being a gangbanger and getting involved with this girlfriend that, ultimately gave him AIDS because they were sharing needles.
Good.
You know what I'm saying? He died up under a forklift. You understand? Trying to deal with that disease and trying to get off of drugs and trying to win back his kids that was taken from him by the state in the first place for just living a tumultuous life. When he died, right, that same Christian church that I grew up in, that Christian pastor, which it was a woman nonetheless, which is doubly evil, you know what I'm saying? She berated that brother for 3 hours. 3 hours talking about how he lived a bad life and that, he was going to hell. Well, that didn't sit well with me, knowing the life that my brother lived. I questioned, like, why would my brother go to hell and suffer for all eternity when he suffered right here on this earth? So I started searching for the truth and what was the truth and, what religion, the impact that religion had on this earth. And lo and behold, you understand, I found the Israelite School of UPK just searching for the truth online. And found, a video by Commanding General Yohana, man, and it clicked. I came into the truth when Commanding General Yohana was doing the radio show, was doing his Monday night The Grill, and he would allow callers to call in. You understand?
Shout out to the grill.
Shout out to the UPK
grill, correspondence number.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I called the number, and he took my call. And a couple of brothers like Captain Kantazar, Captain Tazariak, them brothers remember when I called in. Big shout out to the captain. Big shout out to Captain Tazariak, Captain Kantazar. I asked a question that the Commanding General Yohana was that, what was my role in the truth? Because I was a musician, raised as a musician in the Christian church, and not only did I play for the Christian church, but I played for jazz bands, funk bands, and you know what I'm saying, I've been, touring all over the globe almost, playing drums, you know what I'm saying. So I asked, what was a musician's role in the nation? He said, I got some good news and some bad news. He said, what you want first? I said, man, nigga, my life been bad all the way. I was born in the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? So what's the bad news? He said the bad news is a musician don't have a place in this kingdom right now. You know what I'm saying? He said the good news is the Lord is calling you to be something more than a musician. You understand? He's calling you to be a priest and prophet of the Lord.
Big shout out to General Yohana. That was heavy.
Man, I big shout out to the Commander General Yohana. He said, if you serious about, taking up the call and taking up your true responsibility, he said, you'll come to the cookout, man. You'll come to this cookout. And this was like the middle of June. The cookout was in July. It might have been August. I know it was a couple of weeks away. It was in Harlem, New York.
I remember that cookout.
Harlem, New York. You know what I'm saying? He said, if you serious, you'll come.
Yeah.
And I looked on, I said, I'm serious.
Yeah.
So I looked online, and because it was such short notice, the tickets was like $400 a piece.
Good night.
Round trip. Me and my reel flew up there. I spent the whole check. Flew up there to Harlem. Went to the cookout. One of the first brothers I met was Captain Contazar. He sat down with me for a little bit. At the time, he was Officer Contazar. And then after he had to get busy, Captain Soccer War sat down with me. At that time, he was Officer Soccer War.
Big shout out to Captain Sock G.
You know what I'm saying?
Big shout out to Captain Contazar.
He talked with me for a minute, and at that time, Captain Tazariot was on the grill.
Big shout out Captain Tazariot.
He was working the grills, cooking on the grills, man, and
big,
you know what I'm saying. Back at that time, I was the only one there from North Carolina.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? When I went home, I became a trooper. And the Passover of 2015, I was the only cat there from North Carolina.
Yeah, that was the 2014 cookout, right?
2014 cookout. That very next year at the Passover, I was at the Passover as a trooper.
Right.
I bumped into General Hazayan in the bathroom.
Hyde. Big shout out to General Hyde.
Big shout out to General Hazayan. And I bumped into General Shawarma. And he asked me where I was from. I was like, I'm from North Carolina. He said, God damn. He said, you all the way up in from North Carolina?
Yeah.
He said, you the only one up in from North Carolina? I said, yeah, man. I travel by myself. And I said, Lord's willing, next year I come back, I won't be by myself. You know what I'm saying? I came back home, met up with the most downest brother I ever met in my life. He reminded me of my drug slinging brother, but just in the truth. You know what I'm saying? Officer Yahawada, man.
Shout out to Officer Yahawada.
Shout out to Officer Yahawada. Met up with that brother here in Winston-Salem. We started camping Winston-Salem with me, Officer Yahawada. It was Officer McGunn, Officer 5000 McGunn, and Officer Aratazar. You understand? We started camp down here in Winston-Salem, man, by ourselves, blazing like loose cannons here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, man. Right. And the truth started picking up in North Carolina. And once it started picking up so big, that next year we carried 4 van loads of brothers and sisters up to the Passover, man. North Carolina was on the map.
Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all blew up, man. Shout out to y'all, man. That's heavy. That's real heavy. Wanna know why, man? Because like this truth is not to be taken lightly. You know what I'm saying? But to save people, that many people's lives in such a small time, that is heavy. You feel what I'm saying? Because not so many people want to change. Right. Because those people took the time to change, and you was able to deliver the message, or not you, but y'all was able to deliver the message that needed to be heard through the words of, the ISUPK and Yahweh Shah.
Salakia, if I can interrupt you, under the tutelage of Captain Nayathak that was sent down, you know what I'm saying, to give us, you know what I'm saying, I guess once they saw them first tapes of us in Winston-Salem, they was like, these brothers loose cannons, man, you know what I'm saying? So Captain Nayathak came, took us on, man, and taught us protocol, taught us, what it really meant to be in the UPK, and taught us how to keep that strict, that narrow path, you know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying. Captain Nayathak really molded us into what you see here, man, brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he did a beautiful job. Yo, brotherhood is amazing in North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Y'all brothers stick together like glue.
Most high. You know what I'm
saying? Like, I've been to a lot of cities, man, just to see how y'all rock is honorable. And I tip my hat off to North Carolina because y'all ride hard. Y'all ride hard for each other.
Shouts out to all the brothers from Durham, you know what I'm saying, from the Durham school came up, you know what I'm saying, Officer Maya Yar, you know what I'm saying, Officer Thabawan down there, Ayaz Zahab, you got Officer Iraq, you know what I'm saying, that's the same brother that stepped in front of the cops, from shooting a brother. Yeah. They was shooting a brother. They was gonna shoot this brother in Durham, and Officer Iraq, that brother is hardcore, man. He stepped in front of the cop, You know what I'm saying? So the cop wouldn't shoot the brother, man.
Man,
so,
you speak on that though? What happened there?
Well, you really need to get it from him, but you know, from what I understood was a brother. He was kind of had some mental issues, and the cops was called on him. And of course, since he had mental issues, that gave the cops recourse ready to kill the brother. You know what I'm saying? Ready
Shout
to
out
fire
to Walter
him.
Wallace in Philadelphia, man. He did the same thing to him in Philadelphia.
And this was right in front of the school. So Officer Iraq, you know what I'm saying, came out there to try to help the brother. And the cops rolled up ready to shoot the brother. And Officer Iraq just stood in the path of the bullet, was like, yo, not today. Ain't nobody dying here today. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna kill one of our brothers here today. So, shouts out to that brother and all the strong men in Durham, in the Durham school. That's the headquarters of North Carolina, is the Durham school, you know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you, what I'm saying, like, being you saw brotherhood in so many different ways. I mean, you say your brother was gang clicked up,
right?
You know what I'm saying, gang violence, all that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You was in a Christian church. I mean, like, how would you define brotherhood?
Man, I would define brotherhood as preferring your brother over yourself. You know what I'm saying? And the desire to just want to be in brother's presence. You know what I'm saying? Being selfless for your brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like you came to town. When I heard you was in town, man, I was like, yo, we gotta show Officer Nach some brotherhood, man. We gotta get together. You know what I'm saying? Let's throw something. Let's have something, man. Let's make the brother in his real feel welcome, man. So every time y'all roll through North Carolina, you're gonna be like, yo, I gotta go. I gotta go see Officer Ahbaraham at the crib. You know what I'm saying? We'll throw some steaks on the grill, and we'll get together, man, drink and break bread with one another, man, and get to know one another, and just show each other the love that this earth out here ain't showing us, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't showing blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians no love at all. You understand? And when we get together at the crib, man, my neighbors be like, what the hell them niggas doing? You know what I'm saying? But we loving each other, man.
Right.
You know, it's high time for blacks, Hispanics to love one another, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We get everybody out here in the earth wanting to hate us, wanting to kill us. You know what I'm saying? Wanting to pick up arms against us, and when we do absolutely nothing to these other races. But this time, man, we show love for one another, man. We prefer one another. We prefer to hang around one another. We prefer to bring our families around one another, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's heavy. And what I was gonna say was the brotherhood was so amazing. I was about to put my 2 weeks in. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Most I ain't crying.
With the redneck like the head.
Hey, man, look, man. This North Carolina, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you wanna get your country on, man. You come down here, man. You come down here. You know what I'm saying? Get this fresh down south air.
Yeah, it smells like tea bags out here, man.
Damn right. Damn right.
It smells good as hell. You know what I mean? It's not like city life out here. It's totally different. It's a big difference. You know what I mean? All right, so now that you've seen the videos and all that, so you've seen the Passover and all that, what was it like to transition yourself? Like, I know you had to make a decision to put the blunt down or put the Bible, put the Christian down and make that choice. Like, what was that choice like? Man, that choice was easy. It was easy, but of course, I like every brother in the world. And you know, I was smoking weed, you know what I'm saying? And I'm a jazz musician, so like jazz musicians believe that you really can't, produce your best work until you smoke 20 blunts. You know what I'm saying? Until you just high out your goddamn mind. And a brief story, I was contracted to record an album with some white rock band. It was one of the many contracts that I played through the years. And you know what I'm saying, I had a week to lay down this music in the studio, right? So I get to the studio, and the first thing the band wanted to do was smoke. And brother, let me tell you something. I tell people all the time, like, for a week straight, I can't remember what the hell I was doing. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like all I remember was waking up in the morning, getting to the studio,
and smoking.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the shit, I don't even remember. You know what I'm saying? I go back to the album. I pull up the album all the time, and I'm like, I played that?
Yeah.
I can't even remember, man. So the hardest thing for me was to put the blunt down. You know what I'm saying? Put the weed down. You know what I'm saying? I was one of them functioning weed heads where, you know, I would wake up in the morning, smoke a blunt, and go to work. You understand? Right. And that was the hardest thing to do. But once I came into the truth, and I started hearing that the Lord didn't honor people that smoke weed. He wasn't gonna hear your prayers of sin. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing that we were doing back, you know, since Egypt is getting high, putting the branch to our nose, like it said in Ezekiel. Man, I said, man, I gotta quit this, man. I gotta quit this. You know what I'm saying? And it was, and I remember coming home and rolling up, and I said, well, Most High, it'll prove that you really calling me if I don't have a taste for this no more. And I'd probably say about the next 2 days, man, I dumped all the weed I had down the toilet, flushed that joint, and I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I really come to, you know, I hate the smell. And I knew it was the Most High. I knew it was the Most High convicting me not to let this thing control me and to take the taste of it away from me. You know what I'm saying? Like in the Christian church, they say he took the taste out my mouth or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But that's exactly what happened, man. I knew it was a miracle from the Most High to get me, you know, off of smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? Because that was the only way I had to get, you know, I felt like I had to escape from the, you know, hellish life that I was living, and all the poverty that I was in is to get high. That's you understand? Great. So once I did that, man, you know, I dropped that weed, man, you know, the limit wasn't the sky no more. The sky was the limit. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So what you doing now with your jazz musician career in the UPK, man? What's it looking like?
Well, you know what I'm saying. I just did this remix to Officer Karak's. You know, I
big
think it's
shout out Karak
yeah,
Ice,
big shout
man.
out to Karak Ice in California, man, giving me permission.
Bay Area, man.
To do, you know, some you know, some little remix to one of his joints. I think it is The Lord's Vengeance. You know what I'm saying? I just did that. You can check that out on Karak's page, you know what I'm saying, UPK, you know what I'm saying, page on his YouTube page. You know what I'm saying? You can check that out. You can go on my feed and check it out. You know what I'm saying? It's more to come from, you know, I done got permission from Captain Kantazar to do some stuff on, you know, with his music too. So basically what I was doing was just taking, you know, popular songs from the UPK and doing drum covers to them. So, you know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, it ain't nothing, you know, I don't brag, you know what I'm saying? It's just modesty, you know what I'm saying? It's just a little something because the brothers in New York, man, he told me, he said, brother in New York, I think is it Shalayala. He told me that, you know, he listened to me, you know what I'm saying? And you know, he said, even if it's just one brother that say they listen to you, then you should do that joint. And man, you know, so it's gonna be more to come, you know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, them Jones gonna be right, because like Ariana Grande, I think she got popping from doing covers. I'm saying it's a lot of Jones and a lot of boys that got famous from doing covers. Yeah,
I definitely don't want that to be, you know, what I'm known for. I want,
but it show your talent. So like if you could cover Whitney Houston, you nice. You know what I'm saying? If you could cover Mariah Carey, you nice. You feel what I'm saying? If you could do a cover that sound just like Coltrane, or you know what I'm saying, or Cootie Williams or something like that, you nice. You feel what I'm saying? So like that's what it is. Like, I mean, like if you could do the instrumental that sound just like jazz musicians from back in the day, you nice. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And we respect that. That's all. It's a showcase of your talent. Like, so now when a person see or hear that, they're like, okay, I see his range. I see where he could go with it. You know what I mean? Let me do this and that. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. So just listen out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, I of course I posted on my page, and you know, it's gonna whatever artist that I cover, whether it be Captain Kachazar, you know what I'm saying, Captain, who else?
Yeah, Captain the Car,
Captain the Car, Captain Tower War, any brothers that I cover, you know what I'm saying, I'll find it and post it on their page, you know what I'm saying. So you know what I'm saying, just look out for the future, you know what I'm saying. If you haven't checked out, you know, Lord's Vengeance, go to Karak Ice page, you know, YouTube page on YouTube, and check it out. You know what I'm saying? Comment on it. Tell me what you think about it. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. All right, man. Anything else you want to say to the people out there? We got 2 viewers, 2 followers. You know what I mean? Anything else you want to tell them to?
Man, Nach TV, man. You know, subscribe, share, man, like it, man. You know what I'm saying? Any avenue that you can get with this truth and support this truth, man. All the pages are all around the country. You know, North Carolina page. You know what I'm saying? Virginia, South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Support this truth, man. Help us push this truth to the 4 corners of the earth, man. Big shout outs to all the generals, you know, Commander General Yohana, the generals, captains, officers, and troopers, and the sisters, man. You know what I'm saying? Big shouts out to you, Officer Nach, the water for, you know, the interview, man. You know what I'm saying? Giving the whole, you know, country nigga, you know, a little bit of play on the channel. You know what I'm saying? You know, I ain't the most eloquent speaker, but you know what I'm saying, I appreciate it, man. You know what I'm saying, man, coming down here to see about the country Bammers. You know what I'm saying? We
love you for who you are, man. That's why we love you here today, man. Like, cause you wouldn't be who you are. You know what I'm saying? Well, we wouldn't love you if you wasn't who you are. I mean, so all I had to do was come get Ahbaraham in his form. You know what I mean? Bring it to the people. That's what they want to see. That's what we love. You know what I mean? So once people see this, they get to know who you are, where you come from, and it'll build that dialogue, you feel what I'm saying, that discourse that we need in Israel. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times it's more so like, you know what I mean, I know this brother from the war we had, or I know this brother from, you know what I mean, us going to this one event, but they don't too much know about brothers, you feel what I'm saying? So it's really just to bring that discourse out, just really to give us that backbone to stand on, you feel what I'm saying? Like, we brothers, right?
Most High in Christ,
right? That's what
damn right.
Is.
Damn right.
You know what I mean? So I know that old guy that you said in the world is dead. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I mean, that's where you come from.
Damn right. That's right. Crucified that nigga years ago. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That's where your hardships is at. You know what I mean? You know somebody's hardship, you know him. You know what I mean? So that's why we love you.
Ahbaraham, you too, brother. You know what I'm saying? Shalom, Ahbaraham, Shabakata. Kakalaki in the building.
Yeah, Nach TV, man. We out this joint, baby.
Boom, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
rap represent for the culture. Niggas coming out here with all this funny color hair, skinny jeans and shit. Fuck that,
shit
nigga.
is
We taking it back
gay.
to the fringes. Motherfucking Spikes, nigga, representing for the Hebrews. You know
It's
what I'm saying?
real,
Angry
nigga,
Black
yeah.
Man Media,
That's how
nigga. We
we
getting
do
it there.
it.
We bringing that real shit black.
That's
I match my
real.
guns with the sneaks, that's my fashion week. Go ask the streets. Dog, we got massive beef, we pass elite. Play this on blast, repeat. Let it go worldwide, let the masses peep. I don't care if she thick or her ass petite. She want war with the D, she a casualty. Long as she don't got no limits like I'm Master P. Fucking bitches! Boom, dick style!
Do that shit over again. I had one last line.
You know I'm squeezing on triggers, my bullets hitting you won't heal up with stitches. You don't want that, you don't wanna get your skull cracked. Better tighten up when a nigga tell you fall back. Titties on the drum, you a sucker, give you all that. When you stand tall at, that's where you gon' fall at.